Just so.
Vietnam.
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 Just so Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to Just So Vietnam, a Vietnam travel guide and also a guide to the way of life here. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to explore modern-day Vietnam through the eyes of expats who call it home. Let's first check out the headlines for this episode of Just So Vietnam. What are the do's and don'ts of Vietnam dining etiquettes? Sam will have the answers. The masks or face makeup art play a vital role in Vietnamese Doing Art. Our segment of Just Try will show you the uniqueness of the art. Last but not least, a useful travel tip in Vietnam to end our show. And now, as usual, just ask Mr. Know-it-all Sam Patterson any questions about travel and life here in Vietnam.
So, in Vietnam, it's traditional to share the food. Not only that, but sometimes Vietnamese people will even choose the food that you eat. It may seem weird, but it's important not to lose your cool. They will only do this for family members or close friends. You have to be special to receive a treat like this. One more thing. Never place your chopsticks vertically in the bowl. It's very disrespectful as it resembles a ritual that's done when mourning a dead person. It's believed that it can bring bad luck to the person who does it as well. When eating with locals, you should remember the Vietnamese expression ăn trong nồi, ngồi trong hương. This expression will help you to avoid making food faux pas. The first part of the expression refers to things you shouldn't do while eating. For example, you shouldn't take the last piece of food. The second part of the expression refers to mistakes you can make while sitting. For example, after you finish, you shouldn't leave the table before everybody else around you has also finished. So, what about you? Do you think we missed anything? Or have you ever embarrassed yourself when having a meal with Vietnamese people? Let us know in the comment section below. Now, back to my time in the studio.
In Vietnamese Doing Art, one of the most famous traditional performing arts of Vietnam, the masks or face makeups play a vital role. Look at this. Want to know why? In this segment of Just Try, our guest host Fred Lê will take us to a special place in Hanoi, where we can all learn about the art of Tuang masks.
Hom Ha Theater, formerly known as Olenphia, was built in 1936 as an entertainment spot during the French colonial period. It is now Vietnam's national Tuong theater, a place to preserve and develop the art of Tuong, a classical theater and dramatic art form. The theater is open every day, encouraging visitors and residents alike to come explore this unique traditional art.
Look at all these awesome masks. Now, if you're like me, you might have seen these and immediately thought to yourself, Infinity War. But no, these are masks that have historically been used in Tuong theater. Each detail, each line, each color gives you a hint about the mannerisms and intentions of the character.
Did you know Tuong masks are highly symbolic. There are three main colors to draw masks in Tuong: red, black, and white, relating to the character's background and personality. The white color is mostly used for women, scholars, or urban dwellers. The red color is for loyal war heroes, and black faces usually belong to straightforward and hot-tempered martial men. Let's check out who Fred Lee is turned into.
Tuong artist Swun Phuc is giving me a special face makeup. I did have a suggestion for what I wanted my character to look like, but from his generous use of red paint, I'm pretty sure my request has been denied.
So I requested my face paint to look like Venom, the bad guy from Spider-Man comics, but unfortunately Spider-Man is nowhere to be found in the Tales of Tuong Theater. So instead, I'm Jiao Seung, who is a henchman of this guy, the legendary Quang Công. I'm about to learn some sweet, sweet Jiao Seung moves right now.
In addition to my heavy makeup, to even be wearing Jiao Seung's costume is already quite a physical challenge.
It's very tight.
Without the typical long beard, I think of myself as the younger version of Jiao Seung.
Chân kia. Ok. Mặt thẳng lên. Yeah. Tay vòng lên này.
I'd have to say, getting down the physicality of a Tuong character was the real challenge.
Definitely. Tuong moves are actually the most challenging part. I thought drawing the masks is really time-consuming, but that can't be compared to this, learning the actual moves.
Mắt trợn lên. Mở to mắt ra.
I'm trying.
Chỉ, động tác chỉ này. Đúng rồi, tay.
Đây đâu.
Chống vào đây.
I finished my challenge just in time to catch a twice-a-week performance by the Vietnam National Tuong Theater dedicated to foreign visitors. The show includes traditional Tuong plays, like an old man carrying his wife on the back to a festival, Some might say that Vietnamese Tuong does share similarities with Chinese baking opera. However, the distinctive Vietnamese style of performance is very different from Chinese opera and the sentiments in the scripts. Watching the show, audiences can be exposed to unique new sights and sounds, getting to know some of Vietnam's folk stories.
Vietnam may not be the easiest country for you to travel in, but with our travel tips, we hope you can dive right into the deep end and experience what this incredible country has to offer. So, just go to Vietnam with our travel tips. It is always important to know the local emergency numbers of the city you live in or are traveling to, especially if you are a newcomer. Here are some emergency numbers in Vietnam you are highly recommended saving to call for help or report theft or kidnapping. 113, Rapid Response Police. 114, Fire Service. 115, Emergency Medical Services. 1800, 1567, Detection of Violence Against Children and Women. And with that, this episode comes to an end. If you like this program, then be sure to leave your comments on our fan page, VTV World, or to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Martijn, and this is Just So Vietnam!